42 years young. Grew up on the Central Coast of New South Wales, lived in Sydney for about 10 years, been living in beautiful Noosa Paradise for the last 10. When I was at school, I was a really good tech drawer, so that was the thing that got me started in property. I always wanted to be an architect. However, I failed school pretty hard, pretty miserably actually, and I always knew that I'd be in it, and I started trial and error through different motions. So, I started investing in property, learning as much as I could to get through the process. And I didn't have a lot of capital to start with. In fact, I had zero. So like every other human being, I had to go to mum and dad and ask for money and go that path. And slowly but surely, we just worked through that. I found the art of leverage, leveraging money the way it should be leveraged and using it as a tool for what it is. And subsequently, we're able to build and get to where we're at today, which is exactly the same model. It's just done in a different way. So we started back in 2006. I started as a finance firm for Wizard Home Loans. We basically found the extents of a franchise very fast, and we moved and progressed from there. The services that we provide as a business is a coaching and mentoring position, which is called our Palladium program. It's a quasi-apprenticeship style of learning, so there's a theoretical standpoint of what we do, but then you've also got the on-the-job training as well. The clients actually get to transact on a live project, so they've actually put their money into a project. They can see what's going on from start to finish. They can see all the nuances, all the positives, all the negatives that go on, the time delays and stuff around councils, etc. All the training that comes to when you combine the theoretical with the actual practical, just like a plumbing apprenticeship or an electrical apprenticeship. You go to TAFE, you learn the theoretical stuff, but you go to the job, you learn all the tricks. And that's the key to what we do. But more importantly is the 50-50 profit share out the back. Money in the bank at the moment, you might get maybe 3%. Our minimum is 25% per annum, where we've got clients who are seeing, well in excess of 50% to 80%, sometimes over 100. I personally have seen over 400% return on cash in a project. Having a relationship with people to be able to achieve the same goal, and it's really important for us. We have no competition in the marketplace today. No one actually does what we do, which is a really unique position to be in, and again, something I'm hugely grateful for because it just makes our life so much easier at the end of the day. We lived on the beach, so I was surfing pretty much every day. My grandparents lived in Bungendore down in Canberra, so I got to live on the farm at the same point in time. So we had a great upbringing. Like I can't complain. I was training to be a pro golfer when I was younger, playing a hell of a lot. So surfing for me is just pure relaxation. Absolutely love it. But golf was, it's a very technical game. It's a very, you're playing against yourself. Me splitting myself into 1,000 pieces is me bringing myself into a focal point. So I absolutely learnt heaps through golf. I always had a vision of where I was going to be. Don't know how, but I remember 14, 15 having pictures and images of Porsches on the wall. Took me 27 years, but I got one. And from a business aspect, I've always had this figure in my head of $100 million, and we hit that number in January of this year on the balance sheet. So what we're doing with our program is giving people the opportunity to get involved in what I had many years of training and learning and things like that without the risk of losing their money. That's a big part of what we do. Whatever we can achieve and help society become, a better group, that we're all for it. That's what drives us deeply. My wife and I in particular, we're really passionate about that, and also teaching our daughters to do exactly the same thing, and I heard of one thing which I absolutely loved, and I'm going to do it at some point in time. There was a lady in America, I think it was just after the GFC or something like that, at Christmas, went into Toys R Us and basically paid out all the lay-bys, which for me always brings tears to my eyes because I think that's just such a monumental thing to do. It's not hard. It wasn't, she probably put $100,000 down at the end of the day, but it would have been so monumental to a lot of families to be able to have the ability to do that, and that's where we're at now. Now, there was two things I was always passionate about, which was cars and property. All right, I still race cars and do all the funky things around that, but property was the big thing for me, and I was always so passionate about it. But so for anyone who is looking to do any business whatsoever, or whatever they want to choose to do in life, is just don't falter from what you want to do. You know, just make sure that you continually use your boards, you know, your vision boards and all that sort of stuff. Stick things up in your car or wherever it is. Just make sure that you continually follow your path to be doing and achieve what you want to be doing.